Folks, Palantir is quickly rushing to a new all-time high. Back in February 2024, we broke down why we believed Palantir would hit approximately $51 by January 1st, 2025, and it seems we are ahead of schedule to accomplish that. And today we've got a lot to break down. Number one, we're going to break down what's going on. I'm going to take you through Palantir's accomplishments as of the last recent quarters, which when I put them together, will put into context why exactly Palantir is performing the way that it is. Number two, I want to talk about the numbers, the math on how far this can run. And then number three, we need to discuss why and how a lot of major players are upgrading and putting mega price targets on this stock all of a sudden. And as always, if you're the one taking the risk, you got to be the one doing the ultimate frisk. Lots of people get real risky, but they don't do their frisky. By the way, quick plug, we are officially launching a flash sale on ZipTrader options to celebrate our call out on Palantir calls at nearly perfect timing. We alerted Palantir calls to members at about $2.51 on June 24th, 2024. As of close Friday, those calls made it to highs at $15.05. That's about a 498% increase alert price to highs. In honor of this, coupon code Palantir70 will get you 70% off ZipTrader options. This is the biggest sale we've ever done on ZipTrader options, so make sure to take advantage before the sale ends. Link down below, we'd love to have you on the team. Okay, Palantir. So I've been working on this sheet of Palantir's wins all year, and to understand why Palantir stock is doing what it is doing, I simply need to present it to you. As I'm reading this list out loud to you, try to think about another company that is accomplishing all this. Try to think about another company that is becoming so quickly integrated into the fabric of so many other companies and governments and is driving results this quickly and is able to convert customers this quickly. I promise you won't find another one. You may find some throughout history, but those companies have gone on to be trillion-dollar companies. So let's go through the raw notes here. For starters, a client reported becoming 10x more efficient using Palantir's artificial intelligence platform, AIP, while reducing resource usage by 1/3. This level of productivity improvement is game-changing for industries. Palantir closed a 7-figure contract with an insurance company just days after demonstrating the productivity gains of its AI-driven policy review process. $463 million U.S. Army contract. Palantir secured a massive contract with the U.S. Army to provide AI solutions for battlefield management, solidifying its dominance in military tech. European Union, Defense and National Security. Palantir won a major contract with the EU to provide AI-powered decision-making tools for national security and defense purposes, further cementing its role in global defense. UK Ministry of Defense. Palantir renewed its contract with the UK Ministry of Defense, enhancing its AI capabilities to support defense operations, logistics, and real-time data analytics. Airbus Aerospace and Defense Solutions. Palantir expanded its collaboration with Airbus using its AI platform to optimize aerospace operations, including supply chains, production, and maintenance forecasting. Palantir expanded its partnership with NASA using its AI platform to process and analyze massive data sets from space exploration missions, enhancing mission planning and operational efficiency. Palantir implemented AI-powered supply chain solutions for a major global retailer, reducing inefficiencies, improving inventory management, and cutting operational costs. Palantir partnered with a major consumer packaged goods company to use AI for analyzing consumer behavior and market trends, allowing for more accurate product demand forecasting and marketing strategies. U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Palantir provided AI solutions to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to streamline immigration data analysis and enhance border security efforts. Middle Eastern Oil Company. Palantir collaborated with a major oil company in the Middle East to implement predictive maintenance solutions, helping to reduce operational costs and prevent equipment failures. Here are some other major clients that either are new or increased their contracts with Palantir. The Mexican government, the Australian Defense Forces, a major Japanese technology company, Canadian Healthcare Network, UK Border Force, South Korean Defense Ministry, French government, Indian government, Italian financial institutions, Brazilian energy company, a Chinese energy company, NASA, US Special Ops, Navy, Army, USVA, FDA, and so on and so forth. Palantir is also doing very, very powerful work with key pharmaceutical companies. They're working with pharmaceutical companies to use AI in drug discovery, significantly reducing the time for research and trials. They reduced the drug discovery and development processing time from years to months. They improved the success rate in these clinical trials by using AI to better predict patient outcomes and drug efficacy. They help companies make data-driven decisions more rapidly, reducing the overall cost of bringing new drugs to market. Imagine what this is going to do for long-term healthcare and treatments. But let's talk about their bootcamp model. The bootcamp model that Palantir basically invented has compressed the traditional sales cycle by 50 to 70% in many many cases. Clients no longer require long evaluation periods or multiple rounds of internal meetings to approve technology. They've already experienced its impact in the boot camp. As a result, Palantir has significantly increased its sales efficiency, closing high-value contracts much faster than the industry standard. Palantir has also made many strategic acquisitions. Palantir's acquisition of AI startups has strengthened its core offerings and helped it stay competitive in the fast-moving AI industry. And bigger picture, Palantir has a track record of profitability and growing. After achieving profitability in Q4 of 2022, Palantir increased net income to $240 million in the first half of 2024, a massive jump from $45 million in the same period in 2023. They also got their S&P 500 inclusion. Okay, now think about everything that we just said, and let's return to the main point here. Can you imagine anyone else besides Palantir trusted to serve this many different companies and governments and is also weaving itself so deep into their networks that it'll never make sense to cancel? Maybe you could argue Microsoft did this at some points. For me, it's hard to look at an accomplishment sheet like the one that Palantir has and conclude anything except that they are trending to becoming an embedded global player throughout the global infrastructure. Okay, but let's go ahead and talk numbers. Show me the money, Charlito. Well, back in February of this year, we broke down why we believe that Palantir would hit approximately $51 by January 1st, 2025. Since then, the stock has around doubled to $40, and quite frankly, it's got a lot longer to go. My argument at the time was that 17% sales growth year over year would justify a $51 price target. Well, is that 17% figure that we came up with fair, or is it not so fair? Well, let's look at the numbers we have so far. If you compare Q2 of 2024 to Q3 of 2023, well, commercial revenue growth is up 33%. U.S. commercial revenue growth itself is up 55%. Government revenue is up 23%. U.S. government revenue is up 24%. Total revenue grew 27% year over year. Now, we don't have the full year numbers yet for 2024, but based on the rapid acceleration that Palantir had in Q1 and Q2 with the AI euphoria wave, well, it seems set to come in around maybe 25 to 30%. So when you're looking at the comps of Q1 of 2025, you're going to be around 25%, which motivates all of these numbers to the upside substantially before we even start talking about the dramatic increase in profitability that Palantir has seen with all of these new raw revenue dollars. They are now not only seeing a bigger sales growth year over year, but they are also keeping a larger portion of said sales. Very, very big deal. Big dealio, which certainly matters a ton in terms of valuation and in terms of multiple. We also underdid how many customers we thought they'd acquire by quite a lot, but let's keep it simple and talk sales here. So we now have reason to believe that for the quarter report Q1 2025, we are going to see at least a 25% increase. So what does that mean for price exactly? Well, let's say that the maturity downtrend that happens once a company has become too mature to continue having exponential percentages of growth. Well, let's say that that doesn't end until the end of 2026. Well, you could easily see 2025 and 2026 scale up to 25% year over year, and then 30% year over year, and then say 25%, 20%, 20%, 15%, and so forth as you get to that maturity downtrend. Again, just because the percentages are down doesn't mean that the company's not growing massively. It's just that the company's so big that all of a sudden, well, the percentages, you can't have the same 50% growth rates that you had in the beginning of the days. And again, I mean, quite frankly, these are rough estimates, and there's no way we can possibly predict with the information that we have and all the different factors that are going to happen over the coming years exactly what's going to happen with Palantir stock. But look, hey, if you look at the numbers that they're doing, these are pretty conservative estimates. We did the same thing back in February 2024, and we did the same thing in 2023, 2022, 2021, and overall trajectory pointed to a clear direction. So what does this mean for price? Well, using the same ratios we used at the beginning of the year, well, that means that we're going to see Palantir stock at $55 at the start of Q1 of 2025, $72.26 in 2026, $90.32 in 2027, $108 in 2028, and when you get into 2030, $149, so on and so forth. Now, these numbers alone are solid growth. Nothing crazy, but solid growth. But in my view, they are still unrealistically low. And how do we explain that? Well, you have to understand that if we're valuing a company based on sales, this is a fine way to do it, especially if you're entering into a lower interest rate world where the multiples are going to be higher. But Palantir is not a pre-profit company. It's not a low margin company. Palantir is a growing margin company. They're not just increasing their revenue, but they're keeping more of their revenue. And this is so important. You pull up their presentation, GAAP net income is straight up, and Palantir's margin has gone up from 25% in Q2 of 2023 to 37% in Q2 of 2024. So again, they are accelerating how many sales they are getting, and at the same time, they are keeping more of their total sales in profit. It's a killer combination. Now, in terms of the price though, look, hey, we've been talking about Palantir for years, and there's been many times where we've made a video at, say, $7 a share, where guess what? We argued that it was a buy at $7 a share, and the stock went down to $4 or so. And then we argued that it was a buy at $4. The fact of the matter is that that if you look back at my Palantir videos dating years, we've believed in Palantir stock at every single price point because we believed in the overall trajectory. If you believe a stock is going to go to 70, 80, 90 to $100 to $200 to $500, then regardless of if that stock's trading at $40 or $5, you're still going to think it's a buy. So today what I'm going to tell you is, hey, I believe it's a buy. I believe that the cheaper you get it, the better, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to matter that much. Again, you got to do your own research to come to your own conclusion, but I think that if you do that, you're going to start thinking a lot of the same things that I'm thinking. And I highly recommend that you do go back and watch all of my videos on Palantir because we've done a very, very thorough job of breaking it down. But you also might notice that since the S&P 500 inclusion and since the recent earnings reports, well, you're seeing a lot of big banks and analysts come out and say positive things about Palantir after bashing them for years. I'll read some of the positive examples to you here. Bank of America, we see Palantir as a long-term leader in the AI space, benefiting from its data structuring capabilities and custom AI solutions. One of their analysts also said, quote, like the gold rush, Palantir acts as a digital axe supplier, still standing tall while AI tourists start to depart. Wedbush said Palantir's ability to cater to government and commercial sectors positions it uniquely for sustained growth. Deutsche Bank, Deutsche, the company's dominance in AI and big data analytics continues to drive market share expansion. Jeffrey said Palantir's expanding commercial business, coupled with AI integration, will continue to support its top-line growth in the coming years. Morgan Stanley, the Stanleys over at Morgan, said Palantir's execution in the AI space, particularly in the U.S. government, is becoming a substantial moat that will drive further valuation upside. Citibank said the company's proactive steps in AI development set them apart as a pioneer in enterprise software solutions, allowing them to capture high-value contracts. Anyways, folks, that caps off today's video. Let us know what you think about Palantir stock down below. Make sure to take advantage of our Palantir 70 coupon code on ZipTrader Options to celebrate our big options win on that. And anyways, that caps off today's video. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.